What's rocking, Rock Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Hilltop News. Live from Studio 1060, I'm Julio Zapata.
And I'm Brandon McVay.
Now that it is May, there is officially less than 1 month left this school year. However, there is still plenty going on around the school, so Brandon is going to give you an update on everything going on around the Hill. Brandon?
Thank you, Julio. Prom week is finally here, and it is this Saturday, May 7th at the Renaissance in Legacy West, from 7:30 to 11 p.m. Tickets have already been sold out, so hopefully you didn't miss your chance. Prom organizers say that they are able to accommodate all seniors wishing for a ticket. Attention any singers or anyone looking to join choir. On Tuesday, May 17th, choir is holding auditions for the 2022-2023 school year. The audition will consist of vocalizing and some possible sight reading. No experience is required to try out, so all that are interested are welcomed. You can stop by the choir room or email Mr. McGuire to schedule your 10-minute audition. As the school year begins to wind down, let's take a look into what is happening this week on the Hill.
This past weekend, the new rock stars, also known as Cheerabilities, had their second ever performance. Ricardo Yanes looked into how this team got their pep as they continued to grow their team.
When you think of cheerleading, you think of bright smiles and stunts, and that is no exception for the new Cheerabilities group here on campus. This is a team of loud and proud, prepared to prosper students looking to cheer into the long history of cheerleading.
Well, we'll do the stunts, and I do the actually chant, and we'll do the stunts thing and the dancing thing.
The team is coached by members of the cheer team as they help choreograph the dance and design the music. From Cheerabilities, they have not only made lifelong friends from this team, but as well as lifelong memories.
My favorite memory is probably when we were trying to see who could tumble, and Nico pulled out his cartwheel, and it was the funniest thing ever because he hit it perfectly and probably did it better than half of us.
Not only will they have laughs that last a lifetime, but between their performances at pep rallies and dance shows, Cheerabilities and its members have grown in more aspects than one.
So we've definitely seen so much growth in the kids that participate. I think they all are able to, they've learned a lot as far as even skills and the jumps and stuff, but they also have really gotten more, it's definitely out of their comfort zone at the beginning, but it's been awesome to see them grow and see how they've started to get to know the routines really well and how they've gotten to pick up different skills and really find a joy for that.
As their stunts reach for the stars and their jumps fly off the ground, Cheerability as well as the members a part of it will continue to perform, all while shouting loud and proud. For Hilltop News, I'm Ricardo Yanes.
If you were unable to catch Cheerability's last performance this past Saturday, know that Cheerability Group plan to have more performances next fall.
One last hurrah with the class of 2022. LPISD seniors are invited to take the pledge to be drug and alcohol free on Friday, May 20th at the 3 R's Ranch in Prosper, as there will be an overnight lock-in where there will be a live band, casino games, mechanical bull, and many more activities. There are tons of prizes being handed out, including a car. Seniors can register at pisdgc.com. On Saturday, Prosper Fire Rescue and Police, along with Prosper ISD Police and the Drug Enforcement Agency, collected residents' prescriptions drugs in order to dispose of them properly during National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day. The event was held at Central Fire Station.
With everything in society these days, the last thing we want to do is to offer people who may have problems. You may have something in the back of your cabinet that you completely forgot about, that you may be in there for years, you don't even know about, and you're like, how do I get rid of it? So it's just, in a way, and also it does kind of eliminate also that temptation to get those unused items out on the street.
The next DEA drug take-back will be in October. A Texas family has been able to see hope for their son Trevor Reed's release from Russian custody to come back to America after 3 years of being held in Russia. The Reeds' attempt to get attention in order to get back their son was able to get President Biden's administration's notice. The U.S. government was able to bring Trevor back home by negotiating with the Russian government on Wednesday, April 27th. President Biden said, "I heard in the voices of Trevor's parents how much they're worried about his health and miss his presence." Biden said in the statement, "And I was delighted to be able to share with them the good news about Trevor's freedom." There are 2 other American prisoners currently held: Paul Weldon, a former Marine who was arrested in 2018, and Brittany Griner, a basketball star who was detained in a Moscow airport on February 17th. A week before the Russian invasion was able to see some hope due to the reactions from Reed's release, and their situation are being currently negotiated.
Our campus is moving to a new senior portrait and yearbook portrait provider. Media students toured the studio and learned about our new photography provider, Katie Studios.
As the school year comes to an end and a new senior class is about to rise up, it can only mean one thing: senior pictures. And with a new photo provider for Rock Hill, Katie Studios is bringing a new light to our campus.
Katie Studios is the premier photography studio in the United States. We essentially try to be a one-stop shop, and essentially we're able to service all of our schools with the full range of photographic needs. We provide high quality in all of our photography for all of our students and for all of our teachers as well.
A group of students had the opportunity to experience this one-stop shop. Ariana Suggs, a current senior athlete, got to show her sparkle through Katie's sets.
Whatever personality you are, they had it there. Like, they fit your personality. Like, if you're an athlete, they have that. Like, if you're a model type of person, you could do that. If you're like a headshot type of person, you can do that as well.
Not only will Katie Studios show off students' individual talents, but they will also capture all of Rock Hill and what it means to be a Blue Hawk throughout the school year.
So you're going to see a little bit of some of the work that we do all year long. We really want to make sure the Rock Hill seniors and the Rock Hill students have a great experience. We're going to be around a lot taking some pictures at events, homecomings and proms and all of those things throughout the school year.
For seniors in particular, Katie Studios has made it their goal for these students to shape their senior year and prepare them to look their best for their next steps.
We're going to make sure that, this whole experience of you getting ready to step out into the next phase of life, that we're able to take care of all of your needs as far as making you look good on camera, essentially making the whole senior year a lot less stressful, especially when you come to our studio.
As one year ends and another begins, Katie's Studio will capture every moment that comes past their lens. For Hilltop News, I'm Sarah Cronin.
Juniors, you can start booking your summer senior portraits at katie.com/schedule. Now, both track and field and golf booked their ticket to state this past week. Bronwyn Liber is in studio to fill you on both of those teams as well as everything else Rock Hill sports. Bronwyn?
Thank you, Julio. Softball got started off in playoffs this last week. As they faced off against the Lone Star Rangers in the first round for the bi-district title, their first game was on the road, winning 8-0 with big performances from the Burlage sisters. With Grace Burlage putting away the game on the mound, pitching 6 innings while allowing 0 hits and striking out 5 batters, as well as Ella Burlage putting in work at the plate, going 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs and only 1 home run at the game. They then faced off again for Game 2 at home, where the girls emerged victorious as they run-rolled the Rangers with a final score of 10-0. At the end of the 5th, with the team batting .650 overall, winning the series 2-0, making them back-to-back bi-district champs. They will face off against Wilson for round 2 this weekend, with their first game Friday night, their second game Saturday morning, and if a third game is necessary, it will be held immediately following the second game, with all games taking place at Ranch View. Baseball was also in action last week as they had their last home game as well as their last district game. They started off on Tuesday at home, where they run-rolled Princeton in the 5th inning with a final score of 14-1. Major plays were made by Uriah Walters, who hit 2 for 2 to make the 3rd RBI of the night, and Irby Chase hitting a home run. They then faced off against Lovejoy on the road, where they unfortunately fell short, losing 1-8, landing them 4th in districts. Baseball will now enter into playoffs as they play Lone Star for round 1 this weekend. This past week, tennis had Blake Anderson compete in the men's single at state, where he battled 5-7 match against Mission Sherilyn. We want to give a big congrats to Blake on an overall amazing season. Golf is also sending an athlete to state after Ryan Schoberg placed 3rd at regionals, advancing to compete at state next week. This past week, track traveled out to Arlington to compete in their regional competition. They saw some big performances from Gavin Heckey placing first in pole vaulting, Jordan Edwards placing second in both the 100 and 300 meter hurdles, and the girls 4x400 meter relay consisting of Jordan Edwards, Kyla Lewis, Shiloh Brooks, and Amari Wrightstill taking home third and claiming the wildcard spot at state. All 5 of these athletes will be moving on to state next week. Now, making it to state in one event is an accomplishment of itself, but senior Jordan Edwards takes it to another level, heading down to Austin for 3 separate events. Kyla Lewis highlights Jordan and her impact she has made over the past 2 seasons.
Let's go, Jordan! Yeah, Jordan! For many athletes, competing at state and national levels is only something ever seen on TV. But for senior Jordan Edwards, what she saw on TV was only the start of her running career.
I actually got into track because I saw it on TV. I was watching the Olympics in probably 2nd or 3rd grade, and track and field was the first sport that I watched on TV, and it was the hurdles, and I was just so fascinated by it, and I decided that's what I was going to do. And so in middle school, when they gave us the choice of which sport that we wanted to do for athletics, that's what I chose.
Jordan's success has not only pushed her to become a better athlete, but also pushed her to become a better leader. With both her success and running experience, she continues to give the team someone to look up to.
It actually really pushes a lot of the girls, almost all of them, to be better and show up every single day, to just be that 1% advantage and give their 110%. We had a great character development actually about doing your best yet, and that's really the attitude they have every single day, because if one person's working hard, it just becomes infectious with everybody else, and when one person's taking it seriously, you tend to drink that Kool-Aid with them as well.
Even though Jordan continues to lead her teammates both on and off the track, the relationship runs both ways.
It has such a positive impact. People, I feel like, have the misconception that track and field is just all about you. It's your event, it's your lane, it's your track, and that is an aspect of it, but the team is just so supportive all of the time. We love cheering each other on. We love being on the sidelines. We love running up and down the infield during all of the relays, just cheering everybody on. So I just really feel like that just has such a positive impact on your mindset, that your team is there supporting you. Even though it is about you and what you are doing on the track, you do have people backing you up.
With the support of her teammates and coaches, Jordan has had a ton of success this season, so much so that she was able to receive attention from multiple D1 programs. Back in November, she committed to run at Louisville University starting next year. For Hilltop News, I'm Kyla Lewis.
Jordan's historic season is still not done yet. So far this year, Jordan has become a district champion, area champ, and runner-up at regionals, while totaling over 10 medals. She also has set school records in all 3 of her events. She will have the week off this week, but next week will be returning to action for one final time to try to add 3 more medals to her resume. Now, while track and field have had the week off, many of our sports teams are still in action. So let's take a quick preview of all of our sports teams coming up in this action this next week. Well, that's all we have for today's show. For Hilltop News, I'm Bronwyn Liber.
I'm Julio Zapata.
And I'm Brandon McVay. Keep rocking, Blue Hawks.